Will you be available?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. I'll assign these bills to you for your consideration. The City Council meeting is in recess, and we'll move on to our Redevelopment Agency meeting. The Redevelopment Agency meeting of February 21st, 2007 is called to order. This meeting has been properly noticed and posted in compliance with the open meeting law. Item number 3 is approval of the final minutes by reference of the regular Redevelopment Agency meeting of January 17, 2007. I have a motion to approve the minutes, please.
No comments or questions? Move for approval.
Thank you. Let's vote, please. Post. Motion carries. Thank you. Items 4 through 8. Item number 4 is discussion and possible action regarding a construction management agreement in the amount of $364,956.80, Redevelopment Agency Special Revenue Fund, and the related contingency amount with Harris and Associates to provide construction management during the rehabilitation of the historic Fifth Street School located at 400 Las Vegas Boulevard South in Ward 3. Item number 5 is discussion and possible action regarding a designated services agreement in the amount of $64,215, Redevelopment Agency Special Revenue Fund, and the related contingency amount with Harris and Associates for material testing, special inspections, and abatement monitoring during the rehabilitation of the historic Fifth Street School located at 400 Las Vegas Boulevard South. Item number 6 is discussion and possible action on the dedication of land for additional sidewalk and bus turnout as required by the rehabilitation of the historic Fifth Street School located at 400 Las Vegas Boulevard South. Item number 7, discussion and possible action on an interlocal agreement between the Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency and the Las Vegas Valley Water District to provide a connection for a water supply to support the fire sprinkler system needed for the rehabilitation of the historic Fifth Street School located at 400 Las Vegas Boulevard South. And item number 8, discussion and possible action to direct Redevelopment Agency staff accordingly on the development of the necessary structure and organization to allow the use of new market tax credits and historic tax credits as a means to offset a portion of the rehabilitation expenses of the historic Fifth Street School located at 400 Las Vegas Boulevard South. These are all in Ward 3. Mr. Adams.
Scott Adams, Director of the Office of Business Development. Preface to all these items, these all respect Fifth Street School and the fact that the Fifth Street School project is now out for bid. We are now using these items to get ourselves in a position to move forward to the actual construction of the renovation of the Fifth Street School into space for a major community center as well as space for various nonprofits that would eventually occupy the center and really create a center for the arts downtown. The first item, item number 4, is for procurement of construction management services to actually oversee and be our on-site construction project manager during the actual renovation process. Item number 5 is, and that's for $364,956.80 with Harris and Associates. Item number 2 is with the same firm for materials testing, special inspections, and abatement monitoring during the same process for $64,215. Both of these were done for us by the Architectural Services Division of Public Works using our standard internal consultant selection procedures, and staff recommends approval of those 2 items for those professional services.
All right. How about 6, 7, and 8?
Item 6 is a dedication of land for additional sidewalk and bus turnout areas along the Las Vegas face of the Fifth Street School. What we're trying to do there is match up the width of the sidewalks to the north and south ends of the school so that there'll be uniform sidewalk width on that segment of Las Vegas Boulevard. And we've been working with the RTC on a bus turnout to actually have an area for a bus turnout so that buses can get out of the flow of traffic at that location. We'd actually have to grant and dedicate additional right-of-way from the RDA, who owns the Fifth Street School property, to the city for those purposes. Item 7 is interlocal agreement with the Water District for providing the necessary water improvements and water services to provide fire sprinkling services for the building. It's actually an agreement that deals with all the issues that we have to encompass from the water main backwards into the building, provide water sprinkling for the building. And then item number 8 is I've gone over this in detail in briefings. I am prepared to give you an overview, a PowerPoint overview at your election. I know time is late, but this was really asking for two things from you: to approve in concept moving forward with all the actions necessary to allow us to utilize new market and historic tax credits on the Fifth Street School. It would involve the transfer of title, and we'll do that at the next meeting. This week meeting, we're only asking for approval in concept. The title and contracts of the Fifth Street School to a not-for-profit corporation that would be taxable for tax purposes by IRS, so that we could avail ourselves of approximately $4 million in both historic and new markets tax credits that we could actually use towards the renovation costs of the Fifth Street School. I'll leave it up to you as to you would like to hear the overview PowerPoint.
I think we had the briefing, so that would
Okay.
be sufficient for us, unless one of the council members wants to have it repeated. All right. Thank you very much. Any questions of Mr. Adams? All right. Did you wish to be heard?
Very briefly. Thank you. Tom McGowan, Las Vegas resident. The Fifth Street School is significant for two very important reasons, in my view. Number one, it is definitely historic. And of equal or greater significance, the programs and activities that will take place in the facility, to my understanding, are community-based. It's probably one of the very few projects in this entire redevelopment of the city that is specifically community-based. It's about this city. It would include people of this city rather than outside somewhere else. People who belong here and people who are deserving will be using the facility. And I also want to say I want to commend the director and the staff of OBD for their excellent work on this project, and in particular, city employee Stoney Douglas, who has been tireless in his dedication to excellent work for the city, although very quiet, doesn't beat his own drum. But he wears a very suspicious-looking fishing hat, I think, from time to time. We may want to talk to you about that. In any case, I wholeheartedly approve and recommend that you approve of all of these items from 4 through 8 inclusively. Thank you.
Would you like to be heard, sir?
The name's Anthony Hodges. The question that I want to ask that it is under the open meeting also. I noticed pretty much all these agendas items here are basically Ward 3 with Reese, with the exception of 9, which is Mr. Weekly over there. I mean, you say, well, what that's got to do with it has a lot to do. I noticed that Mr. Reese isn't here today. I hope I'm not out campaigning because ain't nobody running against him. That's a joke. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But the objective is, I'd like to know why he's missing. Is he sick? Yes. Excuse me. When he's excused, then tell him I'll send him flowers. All I need to know about this is this is actually a project that you have all in the same vicinity as everything else that you're doing publicly for the benefit of the community, as he was just got through stating. What are you doing here? Are we making this open for the use of the community at large, or just for the people of the city of Las Vegas? I know that word came up. See, when you have a public access, it's for everybody. And that's all I want to know. Is it, whatever this vineyard is, it's going to be for the entire public? Or what?
Certainly.
Thank you.
Al Gallego, a citizen of Las Vegas. A lot of the employees of the city of Las Vegas that work at the government center use that parking lot. When they start doing all these repairs at the Fifth Street School, where are our employees going to park? Are they going to park here at the garage here, and walk all the way to work, or exactly where? There is no parking in that side of Fremont Street. You are putting a lot of high rises and so forth, and the parking is out of sight. People that come to pay their tickets and so forth, people that come to jury service, they can't find any parking. You ask your attorney here, Mr. Councilman Wolfson, where does he park when he comes to the government center? He probably walks from his office because there's no parking at all. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I know. Okay, any other comments or questions? All right, Councilor Brown.
Thank you, Your Honor. On RDA, agenda items 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, move for approval.
All right, let's vote on that. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 9 is discussion and possible action regarding an estoppel certificate to Hypo Real Estate Capital Corporation concerning the first amended and restated owner participation agreement dated July 7, 2004 with WMC Roman numeral 5 Phase 1 LLC, WMC Roman numeral 1 Associates LLC, WMC Roman numeral 2 Associates LLC, WMC Roman numeral 5 Phase 2 LLC, and WMC Roman numeral 5 Phase 3 LLC, located in the northwest corner of Grand Central Parkway and Vaudeville Avenue in Ward 5. Mr. Adams.
Yes, on this particular item, you have seen these types of items before on the World Market Center project. The World Market Center is financing the construction of their Phase 3 building. They're looking at a construction loan in the amount of $488 million. Certainly lenders that make those kinds of loans want to be sure there's no outstanding issues with respect to any of the agreements that they have in place with the city. In this case, we have an owner participation agreement with World Market Center for TIF rebate funding. This simply asserts an estoppel that all of the conditions of that agreement are in effect in full force. There are no outstanding issues, and that we can issue an estoppel and they can move forward with their financing.
Very good. Any questions of Mr. Adams? All right, may I have a motion, please? Councilor Weaver.
Sorry, thank you, Your Honor. Move to follow staff's recommendation for approval, please.
Thank you. Let's vote, please.
Thank you.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. All right, citizens' participation, public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the Redevelopment Agency. No subject may be acted upon by the Redevelopment Agency unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, please come up to the mic, give us your name, and we'll put a 3-minute time on here, Ms. Bridges. Thank you.
Cut me down to a half a second. What's going on is very beautiful, and item 9, for those beautiful, huge buildings that's going to be built, are being built, whatever, that's a masterpiece. Now, I know they say when they have the shows and everything, it's not basically open to the public, but it is a business entity, and we all have to accept that. That is a huge conglomerate, brings a lot of employment and brings a lot to the city. So some places, even though it's not where the public walk in, they shouldn't be insulted. So, Mr. Mayor, some of these things that your projects you're building, you should explain it to the public at large, letting them know that, hey, some businesses are not open door, but at the same time, you're going to build 8 big, huge buildings, and believe me, that's bringing a lot to the city with the beautification and so forth and so on. So a lot of times we really need to explain things to people so they won't be so raw at you, especially you, Hutch, because sometimes people kind of bend you the wrong way. I'm not defending you because I don't really like you. I love you. You know how it is. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hodges.
Good afternoon, gentlemen and ladies. My name is Vincent James Walter Wiley IV. I'm the owner of Station Casinos. I've went to the assessor's office at the government center, and I respectfully request that no release of name for commercial sale be a cap to protect the possession of parcel based on a 1/7 fraction. And I respectfully request that there be a motion performed that is constitutional. And Councilman Brown, I understand you're having a few technical difficulties as a result of the chicken Florentine. The derivative metal is a titanium steel. The receipt that's required for that is a civil engineer seal. That's my state seal of approval, 1935. It's a congressional act. And in another place that you're going to have problems is the Parks and Recreation, such as the Marshal's Department. You guys are going to have problems with the, you haven't been contracted by prosecution to grant you like a military contract for Parks and Recreation, and I wanted to state that for the record. I've asked the banks to refuse any of your paychecks or any exchange of currency. You guys are going in the wrong direction. They're exchanging currency without my presence at my hotel, and you haven't done anything about it. You don't know what police work is. I don't know who your supervisor is. And I don't think I think I'm gonna hire some people that want to work in the state of Nevada, that respect the right to work in the state. Thank you.
All right, next, please.
Tom McGowan, Las Vegas resident, former owner of Station Casinos. Believe that, I got 2 Brooklyn bridges for you, both made out of gold. And I'd like to join all others who wish Commissioner Weekly well, including Governor Gwynn. I heard him whisper that, even though he was not the one who appointed you. Contrary to what your discussion was, reference made to him, that's quite all right. Doesn't matter. You're appointed by a lot of different people. And as I say, I join those who wish you well. And don't worry, I'll be over there to see you soon during public comment. Just wanted to reassure you. So you can look forward to that, I'm certain of it. However, you can, at this juncture, you can remain silent. You have that right. And if you require an attorney, maybe a few available. But what I'm up here to say today, very simply, regarding redevelopment, very important topic, community development and redevelopment. A world-class community requires world-class people. Remember what comes first in development and redevelopment. It's not the buildings, it's the people. This is about people. This whole city is about people. And world-class extends from the top to the bottom and back again. And sideways, laterally. We're talking about official leadership. We're talking about city employees. And we're talking about the general public, general and specific. So the first order of business, as mayor of Las Vegas, following the election, if this public has a brain in their head, which they may or may not, they'll illustrate that at the time. But my first order of business will be to raise substantially the community standard of decency, ethics, morality, accountability, responsibility, and above all, conscience. I am absolutely certain that there are several members of this council currently configured and the city government departments who would be in tune with that philosophy, while others may be still maybe undecided, who knows. But I guarantee you this, I will do that with your help or without it within 4 years. I don't require 15 minutes of fame. I died when I was 5.5 years old. Not in 3, 4, 5, 6, or 8 terms. That's not what I'm about. And I would not do it at all unless your public wants me to do it. So they're going to have to ask. It's that simple. I'm not out there promoting anybody. Nobody. I'm not campaigning. Anybody who loses by their own device in any election campaign. My view is that the public officials should not be bought. They should be elected by the will of the majority for good reason. Now, there's the case. Run with it. Thank you.
Next, please.
I just come to say goodbye to Mr. Weekly. Yeah. Mayor, you made a few jokes on the young man yourself.
You have to identify yourself.
Again? Okay.
Yes.
Well, my name is Anthony Hodges. 1, 2, 3, son of David Way. Yeah, that's kind of strange. Whatever. But anyway, Mr. Weekly, I was over at the county yesterday, and first of the month also, and I was wishing Miss Gates, a farewell, and she was making history over there, so I let her remind her that at one time there were 5 women on the county commission, and when she leaves, there's going to be 5 men with you replacing her. So I was saying that she had this what's called a revolving gate. She was responsible for 5 women, and then she's going to now be responsible for 5 men. Maybe that don't mean a lot, but it means an awful lot to people seem to like it. Now, Mr. Weekly, one day me and you were downtown right after you got elected as a city councilman. Now, I'm not being offensive to you, but by you being a small structure type person, okay, hear this out. And man, let's say me, you, and Weekly was in another city in the United States. You don't have to mention who you are. You got to be cool about that. And you don't mention who you are. The 3 of us walking down the street, counting all your different races. That's your Orientals and Hispanics, whatever. I would draw more attention than the 2 of y'all. I mean, you guys wouldn't be noticing. I mean, who would think that you were elected official? And you are, above all, the mayor. You would just be look like a dressed businessman. He would look like, well, young man, hey, we don't need to go there. And I'll be looking like my usual self as a guy with a cowboy hat. But the truth, a real cowboy at that. But the objective is, what I'm saying, one day you were downtown, and some people were working on the streets. And one of the street workers kind of insulted you. I mean, you was on the sidewalk, and you asked me about what should you do. And I said, well, Mr. Weekly, it's your call. But I hate to admit it. If I saw you walking down the street and you wasn't flashing your badge, I'd be a little hard on you myself. I mean, I don't mean any harm by that. And another thing, you have never really gave me any respect for what, and whether we like it or not, I am the boy. That young man there gave me great respect, but me and him had a lot in common as Brotherhood Electrical Works. That's altogether different matter. But young man, there's about 11 people applying for your job right now. Remember, before you had Ward 5 and 6, the old Ward 1 would never have put back African American into this city council under the old 5 Act. So Ward 5, when they redistricted and created the 2 new wards, they made Ward 6 that brand new ward with all the new housing and all that beautiful stuff, and then they created an area designated just to make sure the African community, hey, we got to tell it like it is, have a designated area to kind of keep themselves getting reelected. Hold on now. Now, the city of North Las Vegas only got 1 man left, and that's Mr. Robinson. When he leaves, the Hispanics are going to take over North Las Vegas, and by 2020, them and the what you call it, Oriental, whatever, will take up a great proportion of this great nation. I'm going to be dead and gone, y'all, but we got to face the facts of life. The world's changing, and the United States is in the middle of it. Okay, Mr. Mayor, I just want to tell the young man, good luck to you, and I kind of paved the road for you over at the other side. And remember, you was appointed over here first, then elected. You're going over there to be appointed, and I hope you do get elected. But if some women run hard, they'll take their seat back. Have a good day, and God bless us all. Like the guy said, they're going to do his thing over at the county. Okay. Have a good day. Thank you.
Anybody else like to be heard at this time? All right, seeing none, the Redevelopment Agency meeting is adjourned. We'll be back here, let's say 1:15. 1:15.